What's up? It's Susie from Hey Grill Hey, and today I'm going to be doing one of my favorite charcoal chicken recipes 3 different ways. We're doing my Huli Huli style chicken, which means turn. It's like a rotisserie style chicken, and I'm doing it on a whole chicken, thighs, and chicken breasts. All 3 of them are delicious. I'm gonna show you how to do it, so let's get started. We're gonna kick things off with our Huli Huli chicken by making a brine. This is gonna make our chicken really juicy. I've got 7 cups of water. And then to that, I'm going to add in about a half a cup of salt, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, whisk it until it's combined, and then add about 2 cups of ice. This should give us just enough brine to cover all of the chicken that we're doing today. Whole chicken goes in first. You can see I've spatchcocked it, so the backbone is cut out so this chicken will lay flat. I'm also going to add in those boneless, skinless thighs and the chicken breast skewers. Now, the reason that I'm doing 3 different types of chicken is that this is one of the most common questions that I get on my Huli Huli chicken recipe on my website. Yes, you can make more than just whole chicken. While the chicken's brining for about 12 hours, I'm going to make my Huli Huli BBQ sauce. I start with a cup of ketchup, a cup of brown sugar, 2/3 of a cup of low sodium soy sauce, half a cup of pineapple juice, 6 cloves of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of finely grated ginger, 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, 2 teaspoons of Sriracha sauce, and then about a teaspoon of salt. You can always add more. This is going to go over the stovetop, bring it up to a boil, reduce it to a simmer, and let it simmer for about 25 minutes. I like to divide my barbecue sauce in 2, one for serving after and one to use on the chicken while it's cooking. I do like to refrigerate this overnight. The flavors really tend to develop, so pop that in while your chicken is brining. Now we're ready to cook our chicken. Pull it out of the brine and make sure you pat it down completely. This will get rid of any extra salt crystals on the outside of the meat itself, prevent it from being overly salty, and it also gives you better browning on the grill. I like to tuck the wings also so they don't burn, and this is going on the indirect heat side of my grill. It's about 350 degrees in there. Close the lid, let it go without touching it for about 45 to 55 minutes until it's 155. Then I'm going to put on my thighs and my chicken breast skewers. These are going directly over high heat. Let them sear on one side really well before you flip them over. And then as soon as you flip, you start adding that sauce. So it's turn and sauce and turn and sauce, and you're not leaving this grill until this chicken is done. This is a very involved cooking process, but this flipping and saucing, especially with the sauce that's a little bit sweet, gives you that beautiful candied caramelized exterior on the chicken that develops every time you sauce and every time you flip. Once those are about done, we're going to move them to the indirect heat side of the grill and move on to this whole beautiful chicken. This is getting sauced all over with that sauce again, and then directly over that high heat. Sauce and flip, sauce and flip. I like to use gloves and actually just flip the chicken holding the legs itself. Keep saucing, keep flipping, moving away from any high spots. If you do have some dark caramelized bits like I've got, I don't worry about it too much. I actually think that flavor is super delicious. Once the chicken is done, the thighs are done, the breasts are done, they're ready to come off the grill and be served with a little bit more of that sauce on the side that we reserved from earlier. Now, because I reserved my sauce, I used half of it for basting the chicken while it cooked and half of it set aside, ready to go. That means that I have extra for drizzling and dripping and dunking on at the very end. And with this type of thin, glossy sauce, it makes everything look beautiful, but it tastes even better. So you get that 1-2 punch of flavor. You get the cooked on, crispy, crunchy, caramelized sauce, and that really bright, fresh, aromatic, acidic sauce. And I think that is what adds that little extra when it comes to flavor. Now, I always cook the whole chicken. I also love doing the thighs, but I gotta see if this brining, grilling and saucing method gave us what I wanted in the chicken breast, because I think that's the most challenging. Oh my gosh. So thanks to the brine, the chicken itself is perfectly seasoned and savory and juicy all the way throughout, which is difficult with chicken breasts because they're lean and they don't have a ton of flavor. That is amazing. And then you get that crispy, crunchy sauce on the outside where the sugars have kind of just almost burned a little bit, that charred flavor. This is absolutely phenomenal no matter which way you make it. You gotta let me know. Are you gonna cook the breasts? Are you gonna cook the thighs? Are you gonna go big and bold with the whole chicken? Honestly, I think that's the way it's supposed to be eaten, but I like having options. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you give this recipe a try. is a delicious one. We'll see you guys next time.